to answer my questions. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين. آمين. والحمد لله رب العالمين.
In the lounge, not in the office.
Yeah.
You can sit here.
Is it quieter? It all does it say?
It's definitely quieter.
Sorry for the noise, but go and check. Close the doors and see if there is a difference. I'm sorry about the noise.
Yeah, you can't hear anything on the live stream.
No.
So we can go here.
So do you think it's better there?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we have to
Just tell
move.
the live streamers that we're going to move real quick and then we'll.
So we are going to move, but you know that we are moving. Okay.
That's it.
Is it off or on?
It's on. You're on right now. It's on.
Yeah? Okay. But it shows, but it's white, eh?
When it's red, it's on.
I see. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Sorry for the delay, but we had to do it. My question will be to you. It's very simple. Not very difficult to understand, but very simple, but hard to practice. The problem is with practicing. So but we have to establish this. We have to understand this. Sorry. We have to face the reality. The verse says, say. I mean, not necessarily that it says, it speaks to the prophet, that the prophet said. No, anybody who reads, say. It means really be aware of this. Say means be conscious of it. Okay, if you love God, okay, what does it mean? If you love God, what does it mean? Loving God, what does it mean? Why do you love God? Why do you love God? Do you love God? Why?
Recognition?
How? Sorry, he is enhancing. What are you doing? Yeah.
I think it has to be out of recognition of his ownership or creatorship, or realizing out of your relationship that you have some reason to love him based on your own existence or observation.
It is not a personal essence relationship. For example, if I say, do you love the government? So in a kingdom, you know, do you love the king? If someone says, I love the king, have you ever seen him? No. How can you love king? If they say yes, well, most of the people don't love, but you know, if they say yes, I love the king or I love the government, what does it mean? What he does, what the government does, I'm happy with it. It's very obvious. So if you love God, it has nothing to do. Don't say, I love God. Don't. You have to have the reason why you love God. It means because of his action, what he does. So you have to be happy with what is created for you. And if you are able to attribute this creation to the creator, if you are conscious of it, you don't love the created thing itself because of the positive relationship with the created thing itself. Your love should go to
the one that creates it.
Simple, yeah? So if someone says, I love this picture, for example, now you are given the ability to appreciate the beauty of this picture, but you can't really love the picture. You love the art manifested in the picture. And the art is the manifestation of what?
The artist.
The artist's quality. So we have to understand that if you love God means if you are happy with the creation and if you are consciously aware that I shouldn't attach my heart, my emotions to the thing itself, but use it as a means of transferring my love to the creator of the thing. Clear, Salah? We are sure. Now, if you love God, what are you going to do now? Okay, I love God. I'm happy with it. It's a very practical question. And usually, I found this verse is so important, practically. If you love God, say, follow me. He says, say, if you love God, follow me. Follow whom? Follow whom? Tradition says, the prophet who brought the news to me. Have you ever seen prophet? How can you follow him? But the tradition says, this is a historical narration, follow the prophet. What did prophet do to you? How can you follow the prophet? Who is the prophet for you? Why do you follow a prophet, which may be Noah, which may be Moses, which may be Muhammad? Or they say, if you have a good evidence that this guy is a messenger of God, employed by God, really, what makes you say that this guy is the messenger? This person is the messenger. What is the reason for you?
The message this person brings resonates with my being, as in it's helping me answer the human queries I have.
Yeah. That is the right attitude. That's the right attitude. We don't know Muhammad, even his contemporaries don't know him really. They don't know what's going on in his mind. They don't know what's going on in his heart. Of course, outwardly, they may hear something occasionally. Yeah, they might have met him once or twice in the masjid or when he goes there, but they see the material body of a person. And they have a certain behavior and certain attitude, but it doesn't really close everything what he has in his heart. Even you live with it. Do you really know what is going on in my heart if you live even in the same apartment, share the apartment with me? No. But if I have a message to you, and what is the message? What makes the message reasonable, acceptable, admirable, lovable for you? You can interpret the actions of this person according to the message he brings. This message is his worldview, his perception of creation. So when you agree with the message, you love the one who brought the message to you. So how are you going to connect now? Connect the dots now. If you love God, it means if you are happy with what is created for you, you have to follow follow the one who loves God. It means appreciates the value of the thing that you love and appreciates it at the highest level. That's the prophet. Ideally, ideally, you may not see it in the personality of a man, but theoretically, you must be able to see that this guy is the one who represented the message which makes me love the creator of the things in the best way. Do you understand? That's why we connect belief in God and the message, belief in God, with the prophet. Why? He is the one who brought it to me. Yeah, he must be the one who has chosen to bring it to me. He is the one who is chosen to teach me this message. He must be the one, although you may not see him. You may not, even you see his personality, you may not see what he has in his mind, but the message is clear for you there. So if you are happy with the message, you will be happy with the message bearer. That's what the prophet is. When you say, for example, when you say ashhadu, it means I witness la ilaha illallah. Are you happy with it? Are you convinced about it? Then you have to say wa ashhadu, the one, it means I, and also eyewitness. Because of this eyewitness, the one who brought this message to me did a very good job and brought me the best message. Confirm it. So don't say that I believe in Muhammad as the messenger, but you can believe in Muhammad as the messenger of God only as much as you can confirm the truthfulness of the message he brought to you. Never forget this. That's why belief in God is related. Belief in God is related to your belief in the messenger. That's why when you have a truth that you learn through the message, whatever the way you receive the message from or via the prophet, through the prophet. So if you are happy with the message, if you say this is definitely true, yeah, and you got to say that, yes, the person who brought this message to me brought a very beautiful, right truth for me. So what does it mean? Salawat. Salawat means this, supporting this idea, being pleased with this idea, being pleased with this idea. And who brought this idea to you? Whoever brought it to me. Historically, they say his name was Muhammad, all right. Yeah? Historically, everybody agrees that the Quranic message, La ilaha illallah message, has been brought to me by a person who's called Muhammad. You don't have to know him and shake hands with him. Even you shake hands with him, so you shake hands with the flesh. Do we have to understand this, that why do we keep making confirmation of the prophethood of Muhammad that is valid as much as you are aware of the truthfulness of the message he brought to you? When you are happy with the message, you cannot in this world ignore the physical appearance or existence of the one who brought the message to you. So if you learn something from a teacher that is very useful, you really love it, you are very proud of it, what do you say? This teacher was a great man who taught me this. That is salawat on the teacher. You are happy with the teacher who brought this truth to you. You cannot ignore it. For example, if you eat something, if you like it, so you know that this is not the source of it, but you receive this beautiful, delicious taste through the existence of this particular creature. So you love the creature for the sake of for the sake of its creator, but the creature itself is the messenger. Do you treat the messenger badly? Or you say, you brought a good news to me? That is the answer to, we keep asking this question, follow who? The Quran says, if you love God, say, follow me. Who are you? I don't know you. Who are you? Who's me? The Prophet. In general, depends on, I'm just wrapping up, depends on how much you are confident in the truthfulness of the message. You are confident in the truthfulness of the message, that much you will be happy with the one who brought this message and practiced this message, the content of this message, at the highest level. You may appreciate a piece of art on the wall or somewhere in the exhibition hall, but if there is a person who is really expert on the art, what do? His appreciation, his explanation of the details of the art is valuable for you. So what do you want? You want to appreciate the piece of art as this man did. Whether you are able or not, but you have to acknowledge that I should be able to appreciate the piece of the art as much as this man did. Follow him. Got it? Follow this man. Get or learn from him as much as possible how to approach the beauty of the art, quality of the art at the highest level. So you know that you are not really appreciating at the highest level. There is a person who appreciated the beauty of the art at the highest level. Follow him. Get lesson from him. So follow me means in the one who appreciated the beauty, goodness in the creation, which caused you to love the Creator at the highest level. Follow that guy. By definition, he is the one who's the messenger. Why? If he wasn't the highest appreciating person, he wouldn't be appointed to bring the message. But you don't really appoint a person who doesn't know how to teach. You don't give the class to a person who doesn't know how to teach in the perfect way. What do? Every school wants to get the perfect teacher to let the students, or to really trust the students to his leadership, to his teaching. You want to get the highest one. So whoever brought the message to you must be the one who appreciates the message at the highest level. Follow this guy. Do you understand? Follow me means the one who appreciated the message at the higher level. That's the summary. That's how we connect with the prophethood, messengership. Now, I think you question, do you have something to say? Definitely.
Well, you made me think about this connection between you, the receiver of the message, the person conveying the message, and then the realization that behind the messenger is the creator. Now, the creator has created the messenger as the sign, and the messenger's message as an extension of that sign being conveyed. It's an action being conveyed to me, to you. So there must be something, a quality of the message that anticipates your need that would create in you the inspiration or the idea or something that makes you say, now I see something different. Yeah.
The one who created you must endow on you the capacity to appreciate the lovable aspect of the creatures. But otherwise, you will say, I have nothing to do with it. If you love God, what do you mean by God? Love. I have no sense of love. So he must give me this capacity. Potentially, I am able to appreciate the beauty, but this capacity has endless limit. So endless degrees. So you have to increase it. How are you going to increase it? Now carry on.
All right. So if I'm understanding the whole logic of your discourse on this issue, then I was thinking that, well, the message doesn't have to be words. It doesn't have to be a person saying something to me. I mean, the message can be something that I see on the table, you know, or there's something happening right now amongst all of us here at the table that could happen. Yeah, right. Any creation.
We know that we are human beings. We can analyze the creation itself, but also we can understand the verbal explanation. That's our capacity. So the one who created me with this capacity has given me, I understand that has given me to appreciate the material things and the message the material things conveys to me, as well as verbal explanation. So I expect the creator to make a verbal explanation as well, because I have the capacity to understand from verbal explanation. So when the verbal explanation arrives to me, must come to me, because of the nature of my own existence. So this verbal explanation must be conveyed to me and instructed to me through a teacher. So everybody learns everything from a teacher. Even if you want to learn how to repair a car, you must have a teacher. Yep. Definitely, that's what we learn. So the one who knows how to repair the car best will be the one whom you will follow. You will learn from. That's what the verses say. That's our nature. That's how we are created. No, this is one, and then you.
Yeah, so I had two questions. One is the first part. Say if you love God. I still, because you defined love as being happy with what God or the Creator had created
For you.
For me, and not just me, but
okay,
in general.
as far as you are concerned.
Yes.
Yeah. As far as you are concerned, for you. So I'm concerned with myself first.
So there's an assumption that these things are created. It just seems a little circular to me, in that.
But of course, we are talking about this.
So my question is there a way to acknowledge that God exists,
but
which
of course,
is different than
subject.
loving it? Because
because
there's like, loving something means that you said that you're happy with it.
Yeah.
And happy means that you see purpose in it, I guess. I mean, that's
of
where.
course, otherwise you wouldn't be happy.
But then you can't really see purpose in something unless you already believe that God created it.
No, it is not that.
Where the messenger comes in. So
No, don't go further. But at this
so-
stage, he's talking about how we love the things.
Yeah. So how can I love something without already having a preconceived notion that this thing?
Not. Of course, you have
was
to
created.
wait. That's not our subject today. Whether it is created or not. We said if you think that it is created, you love its creator. If you don't think that it is created, you love the thing itself, and that's it. It is limited with the object there only. But if you think that there is a one who created it, that's what if. That's why it is not our subject today. Our subject is today, if you are happy with the creation, if you are convinced that the thing itself cannot be lovable for me by itself, it is prepared and created for me, so your love goes to the creator. But if you love it,
Okay.
but this is our not subject today.
Fine.
That whether it has a creator or not, we are not talking about.
Okay, so the second part is, okay, follow me, and you explain that by meaning that you appreciate something, and you're looking for someone that appreciates it even more than I already do, and take that person as a teacher or a guide to achieve a level of even higher appreciation than I already have. And then the last part is, and God will love you.
Oh no, we didn't
We
come there.
didn't
Yes.
talk about that,
No.
because I still don't see that connection.
Let's see. We are going to study. So we studied if you love God, that and then, and if you don't believe in God, you don't love God. You love the thing, objects themselves. So follow me is the problem. Usually the people don't understand, and we puzzle. So we reduce it to, okay, then I have to follow Sunnah. What is Sunnah? Do this, do that, do that. It is a reduction. Yes, it is, but what does it mean? Is it a conveyance? It is a vehicle. Is it a vehicle of transferring love through somebody to God, so that the last part will say, God will love you? No, we didn't come there yet.
Can you emphasize a little more on the first part? So if you love God, just taking this statement here, we are assuming that you already believe in the creator, you love creation, and when you love creation, you tie that into the creator. So that has been established.
This
So-
is assumed for this class, but we haven't studied
Right.
on it on how many times. Yeah.
That makes sense. And then the follow me part. So if I take up this verse as the speaker speaking to me, so the first part I would understand, it's telling me if you love God. Oh, so I say somebody's saying if you love God. Okay, yeah, then I do the introspection within myself. Yes, I do believe in a creator. I love this creator. Follow me. You're telling me follow me. Follow what? Follow maybe the order in creation. Like I'm still taking off it as
if you have the creator in your mind.
follow me. So somebody's presenting this to me. Follow me. So I'm thinking, the speaker is speaking to me. So my creator is speaking to me, saying follow me. The creator is speaking to me, saying
No.
follow me.
So he's saying, say.
Say if you
Say.
love God,
Prophet
follow
Muhammad,
me.
if you love God.
So if you love God, you love God. That's it.
I think he's addressing the prophet.
No. We defined what prophet is. The one who represented this love at the highest level.
Right.
That's by definition. By definition, but this is historically named
Follow a teacher.
And-
Follow
or the
person
best
who represents
teacher.
the best teacher.
best men who practiced or appreciated Islam.
Okay.
So by definition, the best man must be the messenger.
Hang on a second. Before talking about the best man, I'm trying to understand when this verse is speaking to me. I understand the first part. If you believe in God, yes. Follow me. Somebody's proposing me. Follow me. So I'm thinking, okay, you said say. It's telling when the verse says say.
Yeah.
Say meaning that I have to
in
be
the
aware.
translation say.
I have to
Yeah.
be aware that, yeah, I love God. Then follow me. Then so the Creator is speaking to me, saying, follow me.
No.
You're missing the grammatical.
You can say read the word.
Say.
The original word is
Oh,
قُل
that's a say.
إن كنتم
You're not
تحبون
saying if you
الله.
love God, follow me.
Okay, it is a
No.
comment.
It's not just if you love God, follow me.
Because in practical life, you cannot follow God. We are here. How can I follow God?
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
How can I follow God? God, I'm following you. But he's going this way, go this way. What does it mean? But even if you ignore say part and follow me, make it grammatically, it is impossible. Yeah.
I have said
But-
follow.
So follow me, even it goes to God itself, it means follow my message. It would mean follow my message again, because you cannot follow the absolute. So the absolute presents to you according to your capacity, within your conditions, in the teachings of his speech instruction. So the teacher comes, now this teacher is now God, comes and speaks to the students according to the level of,
Your capacity.
sorry,
Your capacity.
no, according to the capacity of the audience, not according to your capacity, according to the capacity of the audience.
I have a question. You know how you always emphasize that whenever you take a verse, you question it,
To you, speaking to you, yes.
right? So you say, okay, somebody's
Yeah,
proposing
okay,
me.
it's
So
speaking
somebody's
to you, speaking to me.
say if you love God. So somebody's proposing that to me, and I do realize, yes, I do
have to
love
look for
God.
the one. No, I have to look. After reading this verse, don't condition
Right
yourself.
now,
It
I'm
is
not bringing any messenger right now. I'm just trying to understand, follow
So-
me. What do I make
so
out of
to
this?
say, if you love God, follow me. Who am I supposed to follow?
Exactly.
The one who loves and appreciates the quality of the creatures at the highest level. Were you
How
not
do I
here?
come to that
When-
conclusion? How do
so
I come that there is a one who
must be.
appreciates
Yes. There must
creation
be.
and the life?
So if you, don't you remember we said if there is an, just now, just 10 minutes ago, if there is an art, you can appreciate the beauty of the art on the artwork as much as you understand the art. So do you think that there must be somebody who appreciates the work of art at the highest level,
I don't
expert
know.
on it?
I don't know yet.
No, why don't you do? You do know. You do
So
know
you're
that
saying
there
I
are.
already know there's a messenger out there?
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no, 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 no. Everybody says, I need a teacher to learn higher level, higher level, higher level. So you have to look for the one who appreciates the beauty of the creation at the highest level. Think about it. Who can it be?
So the follow me part is enticing me to look for somebody
Yeah.
who can help me appreciate creation at the highest level.
At the most possible highest level from
Okay,
our
that makes
capacity, human
sense.
capacity. That is what represents the ascension of Muhammad. That's what represents the messengership. All these concepts are related to this. The highest level of appreciating the beauty, the quality of creation, so that you will be filled with the love of the creator of the things at the highest level.
So it's totally telling me to go search for that
Yeah.
teacher.
So who is it?
I don't know.
So you have to search. Even this person, the prophet, for example, messenger by definition must be the one who's employed to carry the message, because he is the best teacher, capacity-wise. So you can do the job better. But come on, teach people. Can you employ a person to teach the audience who doesn't know? I mean, this wisdom is given to you by the one who creates you and by the one who speaks here, the same one. So this definition also takes that my creator is speaking to me here. That's by definition. That's by definition. So by definition, my creator says, like, you have the capacity to learn more. Huh? So do we have Muhammad here? No. But we have to look for the one who appreciates the creation better than me, so that he can guide me. We have to look for it. You cannot say that, I don't know, Muhammad may be the one who is appointed for this. From I understand that really he must be the best teacher. Okay, what shall I do now? He's not here, he died. What shall I do now?
How do you look?
So the definition of prophethood, messengership comes in. The messengership is the continuation of a lineage, not a blood lineage, continuation of the chain. So, sorry?
Continuation of legacy.
Yes,
Of the messenger.
starting from the first man. First man must have the message. Without the message, the existence of man doesn't mean anything really. So we have to understand what messengership is. So when a messenger dies, it doesn't mean that the message died. So this message has been learned by some people so that you can learn from them as much as possible. So that you have to look, every age, there must be some people who are appreciating the message better than you. So you have to say, come on, teach me. Every young generation looks for a teacher. So as soon as the child reaches the age of 5, what are you going to do? Send them to a school. Why? Why? You want him to learn something. From whom? Those people who are ready to teach. So it means better qualified than him. Every generation, that's how human nature is. We learn from the ones who are better than us. So we have to look for the one who appreciates the teaching of the Quran at the best level. I have to be a student of this guy. Why? I have to follow this teacher. I have to follow this teacher. If the line of messengership, legacy of messengership is dead, what happens? A new messenger is bound to be employed. Otherwise, the creation would be meaningless. So, if there is no new messenger, we have to search. The message is alive and there are representatives. You understand? But one point, these representatives should not be blood relationship, definitely. It is meaningless. The teachers, it doesn't mean that the teacher, the son of the teacher, of the son of the teacher. No, but the one who learned the best from the previous teachers, and previous teachers goes back to the prophet himself in the physical world. Originally, goes back to, creation-wise, God's teaching. Originally, God is teaching. In the physical world, a physical representative man is representative of the message in this world, practicing it. He must be the one, the best. But now, we don't have the messenger himself. Don't say we have hadith. Why? Hadith needs to be interpreted, and interpretation must be done by experts. Who are they? They are the ones who understand the messengership, not the ones who understand Arabic better. Messengership. So if a person narrates to you a hadith, narrates the hadith to you, the first question what you have to ask, where did you get your degree? No. Do you know really Arabic? No. Yeah? What is your understanding of messengership? Now, what do you understand from messenger? If he says, well, but God revealed his message through Gabriel to the heart of somebody, go to hell. He doesn't understand what messengership is. He doesn't have a messengership. It is the fiqh definition of messengership. It's nothing to do with reality. It is just a low definition of description of messengership. Do you see what I mean? So, For example, who rules this country? Everybody says things. President rules the country. Who's the president? There is an election, and the media manipulates everybody's mind and reduces two options, and then it symbolically elects one rather than the other, but doesn't matter really. Really doesn't matter. So this man is ruling the country. It's ridiculous. This man is begging you to vote for him. Who's ruling the country? And then tries to employ somebody who knows what is the best way of cheating people, convincing that I am the best person, they should vote for me. He's a leading guy. So really we have to understand. We have to understand that the best teacher is the one who knows the subject best, who understands the subject best, who presents the subject best. Look for it. So definition of the messenger is not a nominal case. Nominal case means, for example, somebody is called messenger, Muhammad. Why? Because historically we know that he said, I received this message from God. That's it. What does it mean for me? Why all the things that you are talking about, Gabriel will come and bring the message, and this person's heart will be opened and loaded. What does it mean? For my practical life. So it is not a messenger, it is a person who employed 10 and died. Finished. Only 3,000 sentences or narrations comes from him. That's it. And these are mostly the views of the observers, narrators. That's how they saw it. But you have to interpret it. And of course, it needs training. That's what we need, teachers. That's why we need the teacher who understands the message as presented by Muhammad. Do you understand? Be careful. We have to look for the people who understands the message as represented in this word by the messenger at the highest possible way. Possible highest way for you. So go and teach and take lesson from him. For example, if you go to the primary school, then the primary school teacher, according to you, knows everything. Yeah? According to you, at this level. And after you go a bit further and further, you understand that this teacher is not really teaching higher than this. But you need more. There must be another level of education. Look for it. Because you need, whatever you need, the one who created you with this need must provide the means. Got it? So very simple. So be open-minded. You understand that really we have to search. Salah, that's your turn.
So I had a question about, well, first I wanted to just see if I'm understanding it correctly. So what you're saying is that the appreciation of this message, or the appreciation of Muhammad is higher than other people's appreciation.
So it is by definition only. We have to understand why a certain name, a person with a certain name, why do I say that? I don't know him. Why do I say that Muhammad? Historically, he's called Muhammad. Yeah, it's correct. Why should I say no? Doesn't matter. He could have been called with some another name. Does it matter? The other one called Moses. The other one called Jesus.
I would interpret his actions or his words as showing a higher level of like appreciation or our understanding of the Creator.
The quality of the manifested quality of the Creator. But that's a good point. We have to understand when we read the hadith narration, it is the narration of a person who observed a best teacher's action or words narrating to me, and this action or words, sentences, must be the best way of appreciation of the act of creation. So you have to see where is the best way. You have to interpret the hadith narration. So, for example, what is the nature of narration? What is it? Somebody saw the prophet, yeah, or saw a man who saw the prophet, and doing a certain action. All right? So it means in itself nothing. Because it is an action. But what makes it valuable? If you fill in this action with the spirit of the teachings of the Quran, it means another completely different worldview. So it is up to you to fill in it. So if you say, no, I'm a primary school student, I cannot really fill in. All right, take a course from the one who can do it better than you do. Learn. And if you say, okay, I learned, and this person is getting old, the teacher, example, and I need to learn more. Look for another person, search for it. Who will teach you the content of these sayings or actions narrated to you under the guidance or light of the teachings of the Quran, which is a completely different worldview. So we cannot read the Quran really an equal word of anybody, you know, let's say John's saying or Joseph's saying. No, this is, when you read the Quran, you have to say, this is the word of the Creator. It must present the subject to me from the perspective of the Creator. So no one on earth has the capacity to present the subject from the perspective of the Creator. So if someone comes that, look, I have also, that is his perspective. That's why Quran is open to only the Creator of the perspective of the Creator. So we have to see it in that way. So one of the principles of the Quran is, reading of the Quran is, when you read the Quran, every word of the Quran is what? From God's perspective. It must take you to God. Do you see what I mean? For example, the Quran, I don't know, Quran says, look at the mountain. You go, and where is the mountain? There is no mountain. Oh, there is a mountain in 100 miles away. Let's go there. And I looked at the mountain. Huh? Don't you feel that it's stupid to go and look at the mountain? Yes, because the Quran says, I looked at the mountain. Why do you think that God says, look at the mountain? God is saying by definition. By definition. That's the definition of the Quran. God is saying, look at the mountain. Why do you think God wants me to look at the mountain? From God's perspective. From God's perspective. Why do you think God says, look at the mountain from God's perspective? Why? Anybody?
It wants me to question its existence. So look at creation around you.
And the mountain,
example of
mountain.
Right. So when I question this and I start questioning the source of existence of this mountain, ultimately it should point me to the one that gives existence to the mountain. So in other words, the creator wants me to, it's enticing me to ponder upon what I see around me, and then ultimately to find the source of existence.
It means connect to its creator.
Right.
So see the qualities manifested, qualities of the creator manifested in the mountain. So you cannot take it as a speech of a man.
But you said from God's perspective, we're not supposed to look at things from God's perspective.
No, it's not related here. You have to connect to God.
Right.
For example, when you look at it means from the perspective of the existence of the mountain, which takes you to God. From God's perspective means really, why does God, by definition, say, look at the mountain? It means when I should look at the mountain, see the qualities in the existence of the mountain, and through these qualities I have to find its creator and connect myself to him. That means that God's perspective means it is a godly speech. It is not a humanly speech. That's what I mean. Of course, when you say from God's perspective, means that we reject that. Why does God make this? I don't know. I will look at the thing, and then I will understand what is the reason, what can be the reason in its existence. That is completely different subject. So, can we go to the third stage of the verse?
So just to clarify everything, so when the speaker says, look at the mountain, so I take off it, okay, look at the mountain. That statement is from the creator's perspective. From my perspective, now I need to see what this is saying. I need to decipher, look at the mountains, okay. So it means that I need to, going back to whatever was discussed earlier, that I need to question the source of its existence. So that's from my perspective. Like what is presented to me is from the creator's perspective, but when I take it
From your perspective.
from my perspective, meaning that okay, somebody's telling me, okay, look at the mountains, what does it mean?
So not somebody. Supposedly, the creator of the mountain is saying you.
Okay.
Supposedly what I say, let me see, yeah, whether it is really the creator of the mountain speaking to me.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you look at the mountain, you say from the creator, the speech is from the creator, that's supposed to be. He says, look at the mountain. When I look at the mountain, of course, I have to think about the creation of the mountain and the qualities manifested in the existence of the mountain. And you start saying that, look, it must relate, it must refer me to the creator. Look, the creator is speaking. So can you connect yourself, your feelings, your understandings, your appreciations of the qualities manifested in the existence of the mountain to its creator? Can you connect it? When you connect it, yeah, I have to really look at the mountain from another perspective. Not like the people who has an iPhone in their hand, and then when they see a mountain, take a picture, and then we have been here in this, we have been in this geography. So what? I've seen the mountain. So what?
Capture
So
the
what?
moment.
Sorry?
Capture the moment.
So capture the mountain, so
And
what?
reflect on it
Mountain.
later
No,
on.
moment. So you captured the moment, so what?
To reflect on it later.
What do you reflect on what?
Okay.
Just be proud that you were there and died. Meaningless. All the things are meaningless, what we are doing. All the Facebook, Twitter, all about meaningless. Hey, are you looking at that? Meaningless.
Reading, Eric.
That's a good quote. I'm going to put that on Facebook.
Put it on the Facebook. So be careful. We are really dragged into nonsense world. Meaningless word.
I understand that. I think this is my understanding of that you have to follow his perspective, his way of interpreting the teacher's way of interpreting the work of art or understanding of the work of art. So you follow his perspective more so than you follow his action, because the action doesn't mean anything if it's divorced from the perspective.
Is the physical form of it. For example, action is like a cup we described before. So why do we have the cup? Because there is a liquid on it. Yeah, example. So you have to have the cup in order to carry the liquid idea. So because we are living in the physical world. So for example, my body. So if I am happy with somebody, I have to say I am happy with, and this is what I mean. Yeah, really, physically express it.
But isn't that so? I mean, my question is kind of practical in a way, because if the teacher expresses their appreciation or love in one way, why does it have to be that? Why can't people express their appreciation in different ways that feel more unique to them?
So if it is the best teacher, he is the best actor in physical terms. So if a teacher teaches you something, so takes you to the lab, what do you expect from him? To do the experiment in the best way. So we are in the lab now. Physically we are here.
So it's interesting because it's like a totally new definition of teaching, because usually we in this analogy we think of teaching as just like a way to think or something, but it's also physical teachers. So you can also look at it from an athletic perspective. Like if you go to a coach, they're going to teach you physically how to do things too. So it's kind of
For example, if you have let's say guidebook for swimming, you read. Yeah. So you say, oh, this is the best way of teaching. Yeah. Can you swim? But this is the word. You can't. What do you want to do? This author, example. This is just an example. You know? Where I should find out this author and do exercise under his guidance. Physically. This is my physical body here. So I cannot really play a role as if I have no body, I'm a spiritual being. But when it comes to the benefits, for example, when I'm hungry, if the food is there, I don't pretend to be, my spirit is satisfied with my creator. I don't want to eat. That's not my reality in this world. I have to practice. Because we said we have 3 dimensions, actually 2 dimensions. One, we are our human side, another is our animal side. So we are together now. We act through animal side, but express our human side through animal side. If we do it other way around, it is called hypocrisy. Yeah, for example, I don't feel happy, but I say, I'm very happy to see you. I hate you. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, it is hypocrisy. But if you really love somebody, your physical action comes along with it. That is sincerity. So our physical actions gain their value from our human perceptions. Right? Our human perceptions, not other way around. You can correct people's actions by putting them in prison, forcing them to do some certain physical actions, forcing them to wake up for morning prayer and make them pray. At the end, what comes out? This person hates prayer. This reality. This reality. What this reality teaches us? What's going on in the community? Look at it. They teach on the physical side. When you see somebody, how you smile. Good morning, sir. But, in fact, they are not Muslims. They are our enemies. And when you see your enemy smile, hey, I hate you. How can you be in contact with them? How can you communicate with them? Quran says, don't you remember once upon a time you were like them as well? Yeah. Why don't you take pity on them? So teaching the physical actions only does not benefit, does not educate anybody, any community. So you have to prepare the human side, educated, so that you will have the result, automatic result of physical practice. Automatic. If you really love somebody, if he comes and knocks at your door, and he or she knocks at your door, you said, who is it? He said, I am somebody. I am X. You love him? How do you open the door? Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, you are welcome. Come on in. But this is what I'm. You don't have to be taught that when a beloved one knocks at your door, you have to open your door and behave in this way. But you have to behave in that way. But the teaching is going on in the community other way around, which causes hypocrisy. It's very dangerous. The result is...
So you're going to open the door and you have to smile. And when you smile, you're going to feel love for that person. Right?
It's something like this. So can you love it? It is
You have to
impossible.
turn your lips up like this.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And then the man sees you and definitely feels that he is an hypocrite. Can you not see? I feel it. It's a hypocrite smiling, saying, it's just, and then as soon as good morning, black face. It's hypocrisy from inside. So let's come to the third point. If you do this, follow the best teacher who loves the creator of that, the creation, in the best way. If you follow him, then only then, not end. No, not end. It is stupid. Translate end. Only then. How is it translated?
And God.
No. Only, I mean, that is the books.
Then God will love you.
Only then. Only then God loves you. Verbally says where, but this where means only then in this context. Where has many meanings. So it's not this one plus this one plus this one. No. This is this one because of this, because of this.
There is no what in the Arabic text, in the verse.
So if you love God, يقول إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم الله. There is no wow. Yeah, that's all correct. But the translators say that this where and but they never trust the translator. You have to use somehow your educated side if you have it. So only then God loves you. Sorry. So you have to know, but it doesn't help you to understand the Quran. But you have to know it. So
If I follow the teacher who loves creation in the best way, then I'm inevitably bound to
find that the God is loving you.
Yeah.
Why? Who's God? The one you loved because of his work. You are experiencing his work. So If you use, for example, go to the exhibition hall and the artwork is exhibited there, and you go and appreciate every detail of the art in the artwork, and the artist is aware of it. What do you think? What do you think artists will say? That is the guy who understands me best. Do you understand? That is the guy who appreciates me best. It is the sign of love of the Creator. If you use something for at the highest level of the purpose of its creation, it is purpose of the way he was made. It was made. What do you think the maker does? So if the maker of this computer sees me using the computer like a typewriter only, do you think he will love me? Huh? Do you think he will love me?
Not that
Yes or not?
Not that much,
No.
because you're not using all
No.
you're not appreciating the laptop.
He will say, come on, this is not the typewriter. Typewriter is only a fraction, thousands of the quality of this work. You are not really appreciating my work. Come on, it's a reduction. It is an insult to my work. Though it has this function. But if the same engineer sees somebody using the computer with all its functions, and the engineer of this machine, what does he do? He employs him as the instructor. Do you understand? Because of the appreciation. Come and teach people this. I love you.
The way that we would confirm that, because this is again it's written from God's perspective, right? So no, did I make
Here, God's perspective will be written, but the Quran by definition is God's word. Read it as a God's word, and if you are happy, confirm it. If you are not happy, do reject it.
So the way that we would read it is going to be different than, so that we would interpret it as saying, okay, he will love you. Then we have to be able to confirm that by saying that if we do follow whatever, if we do follow the best way, then we will receive by definition a sign of love, and we can confirm that this actually happens when you follow that.
So we don't know what is going on in God, right? We don't know, but the abilities, potentialities are given to us. Tell us that if I appreciate the work at the best possible way for me, within my capacity, definitely the maker of the work will be happy with it. How do I know? From my own capacity, from my own human capacity. Do you see what I mean?
Not really. I mean, I guess my question is, how do you know, or how do you
This
confirm
is
that?
with you. Within you. That's for example, why do you love this one? Because you are created with the ability to love. And also you are created with the ability to understand that if I use the work at the best possible way for me, in my being, in my own feeling or understanding capacity, I understand that the maker of this one, the thing I appreciated the best, will be happy. So Quran says, yes, this feeling is given to you by me to understand this. So use it.
I don't understand that from this verse. From this verse, what I understood from you, what you said as well, is that I have an example in front of me. This is a person that reached the highest level of appreciation, and as a recognition of God's love for this person because he was able to reach this high level of appreciation, he employed him to be a messenger.
Yes.
So I look at that as an example that if I follow this person's footsteps,
Yes, of course.
then I will also reach that level, or I
Or
will
the
be
same thing.
on that same road
Yeah.
to that appreciation.
That is what we are saying.
No, it has nothing to do with my feelings. It's
Oh,
more
no,
of like
of
I
course
see
that-
Elijah,
how
or
do you
I see an
understand?
example. I see an example in front of me.
No, but how do you understand it when you follow the best example, learn from him, and practice it, the Creator will love you. How do you know? From your own self. That really the creator of this art or this work must love me because I am appreciating his work at the highest level by following the teacher, but by any ways, actually, by any ways. So the only way to follow to appreciate the work is only possible by following the best teacher. But best teacher, who's the best teacher? You have to look for the best teacher and try your best to appreciate the work, to be able to appreciate the work, to educate yourself. So we have to look for the guy who was going to teach us now. Practically speaking, they are called, the followers of the followers of the followers of the followers up to our time of the Prophet. You have to look for it. How can I know who is appreciating the work at the best level? Who is really appreciating the work? Look for it. Seriously look for it. And I personally am looking for it, have looked for it. That's why I keep reading this guy. Because this is the guy who teaches me how to appreciate the work of God without falling into imitation. It then develops me, teaches me, educates me, my own self. But if you find somebody who does this job better, I will go to his class. Why not? You know that there's a better class there, better teacher there. If you don't go, you are stupid.
But again, I just want to, because feelings can be very subjective. I can go to a certain teacher that will tell me things that I want to hear, and I'll be happy.
Okay.
So then
but it is not really at the mischieving naturally. You want to be mischeated. For example, you go and listen to the politicians. They say, I'm going to give you the best life in the country next 5 years, and you will be prosperous, etc., etc. And the people say, oh, that's what I want. Huh? And then they will. Do you think they are not aware of what they are doing? They are being only worldly. They are really looking for the benefits of this world, and they say, that's my purpose, and this guy is going to help me for my purpose. Now, we have to question, what is the purpose in my existence? What is the purpose in my existence? But if someone doesn't ask this question, yeah, he or she, the person is involved in only making money, only making progress in his profession. Don't you know that he is going to have a problem, psychological problem, as the person gets aged, and then I'm going to die. This profession and the money I made will leave me alone. Huh? So, depends how sincere within yourself. No one can tell you anything from outside. If you are ready to cheat yourself, you cheat yourself if you are ready to find the truth in your own life, you can find it. Be consistent within yourself. That's up to you. No one can make you sincere in yourself. Yeah, that's why all this prison system, punishments, don't help anybody. These are all for social purposes, not really educating people. Punishing somebody doesn't teach anything. But this is for the security or peace of the society, not really training the people for the benefit of the others. To keep the law and order in the society, you have to punish somebody. But punishment in and of itself doesn't teach anybody. Sorry?
The Quran talks a lot about punishment.
But for what punishment? They said the fire. No, it's just fire. Hell. Now, what is it?
And what about cutting the hand, stealing?
But this is for social purposes. So, but what is this? Is just for social purposes. But the real punishment that the Quran warns, in a scary way, is hell. What is hell? Lack of God's mercy. Yeah, the others are for social organization, and the mentions only once, and that's it. And that is for administrations, not for personal life. You cannot cut anybody's hand. Administrators do it for the sake of law and order of the society, and this is needed. Otherwise, people exploit it. Yeah, but we should know that this is not the way to educate individuals. Now, if someone says, I cannot steal because they will cut my hand, do you think it is the purpose of the Quran? God is speaking to you because of the fear of losing your hand, you are not going to steal? Not at all. The purpose of the Quran is to understand, to make you understand that stealing is wrong. In its social practice, this one, it's not the purpose of the Quran. But it does, let's say, 2 or 3% of the Quran is related to this kind of activities. Not only punishment is not 3%, even 1 out of 1,000 or something, or 2 out of 1, even not 1%, the punishments, even 1%. Even this, stoning, etc., is from a Hebrew tradition. It's not a Quranic tradition. Cutting hand, yes. It's Quranic tradition. Yeah, but very rare. Out of 6,000 sentences, you find 2 words. Yeah, of course. If someone steals, yes. Not in this society, in these conditions, in the Quranic world. A society which is administered according to the values of the Quran, if someone steals, you wouldn't say not only cut your hand, cut everything. Because this man is a real corrupt. But in this society, I would tell you who is not stealing. Everybody is cheating each other. Everybody is a fox. How can I cheat the other one? Then all the advertisements are what? Cheating you. So here, everybody is a thief, almost. So you cannot apply it here. It is a Quranic verdicts must be applied only within the Quranic society. If you find one now. So you have to be, we shouldn't confuse taking a secular society and applying Quranic punishments. Contradicts. So when the conditions change, these ways are not applicable. You cannot apply Islamic rules to a non-Muslim.
To the secular society, you cannot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Can you ask a person who doesn't believe in God to pray? It means you are making this man an hypocrite. It is hypocrisy. It is valid only for a person who prays and ordering that you have to pray. It means put it into practice. Now, because your humanity is ready, put it into practice. That's how the teaching, education goes on in this creation. This creation is humanity and animality combined. You understand? Body, this body, appropriate to the conditions of this world. Right? You have the sense of seeing. Eye is your animal side, enables this sense to practice. When the creation changes, what will happen? What happens normally, logically? Type of creation changed. Your eye will change. That's resurrection. You will be given another eye, which will be able to see according to the conditions of another type of creation. That's called resurrection, bodily resurrection. Necessary. Because I have the sense of seeing, and this sense is attached to my spirit, and my spirit, my humanity, is not subject to transience. My body is getting old. My senses, never. Here I am. I want to see perfectly. As I was seeing in 20 years old, I want to see perfectly with no. Now I cannot read if I don't have my glasses. But I still want to. If only I could read it without the glasses. The sense is always with me. Yeah, but my eye cannot operate as a good tool to put this sense into practice. Then I want to change this eye. That's with me. That is the reason for confirming that resurrection, bodily resurrection, must happen. I am a human being. You understand? Because my senses don't change, my body changes. And it's an old cloth. I want to throw it away, and I want to get a new cloth. This is what I mean. Which is appropriate to my human senses, to operate them perfectly. And this sense is a witness to what? That is a promise from my Creator. It will happen. Yeah, it will happen. It's sure. Resurrection will definitely take place. Why? Here it is. In my understanding, in my capacity. That's how I am made. I cannot contradict my reality.
But there are many people who don't believe.
Sorry?
There are many people who don't believe in that. They
Who
have
don't?
that
Who?
desire.
Who?
Who don't believe that there is resurrection.
But that's none of my business. There are
There
many
is no
stupid
desire
people.
in
None
their
of my.
heart.
They don't listen to themselves, do they? Yeah. They can come to this class and listen here for more than 5 minutes. They hate it. That's their choice. Yeah. So that's their choice. Everybody is free. But some people don't believe. None of my business. I have to listen to myself. I have to be honest, consistent within my own self. So I think, okay, this subject is closed, and now we will go to completely different subject, which is why do we, how are we going to pray, and how we should not expect any reward for it. We are going to pray, And I will say, please, God, I need this. But they say, don't expect anything in respect. The fact that you say, I need health, for example, or I need help in this particular case, for example, that is the purpose of prayer. Prayer, supplication. Why? You shouldn't expect anything in return. Why? If I'm not going to be given something, why should I ask? Do you understand? It seems to be logically reasonable, acceptable question.
I'm not going to be given something, why should I ask?
Yeah.
Yes, so what am I asking?
Yeah, so if you are asking, you are expecting something
Right.
to be given. And the Quran says no. And we have to understand that. Inshallah, next Saturday, don't worry. This is not the answer. This is just a question. Inshallah, make the introduction to the new subject. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة السجود.